Hey everyone, welcome to 622. This is Research Methods in Social Work. I'll just do a quick introduction in this video. This is what we'll talk about. So, as you know from other courses, open door office policy 9 to 9, 7 days a week. Cell phone number is there. It's also on the syllabus and it's on Moodle. Leave a message. I'll call you back if I don't answer for some reason. As always, email is fine. I'm on, a couple times a day, at least once on the weekends. Again, just no texts, please, just to cultivate a professional identity and orient ourselves to sort of professional forms of communication. So, as with most other graduate level courses, there's some reading each week, there's some video lectures, and then sometimes you'll need to be working on paper or presentations. Weeks always start on a Monday. Assignments are always due on a Sunday. I don't think there's any exceptions, but I'll let you know if there are any exceptions. So let me just switch over to the syllabus real quick, and we'll talk through that. Okay, so let's just take a look at the syllabus. As a reminder, make sure you have the most updated version, the most recent version. They when they create the Moodle shell for me, they use an old copy of the syllabus, and it's just a shell. It doesn't have my information up here, and it's actually done with a previous version of the book, so it's inaccurate on many fronts. But you should see my information up here, my phone number, and then our course number and the section number. So required text here, Engel and Schutt. It's abbreviated ENS in the list of the weekly schedule of reading. I'll show you that here in a second. List of assignments here. We'll talk about these in a little bit more detail here in just a second. But then here is the weekly schedule of reading. And although I can't get it all on the screen, this actually does fit on a page, which hopefully will be fairly handy here. So, as usual, there's sort of the date the week starts and the material opens. This is always a Monday except for September 3rd, which is obviously a Tuesday because of the Labor Day holiday. This is what we're covering, then this is the reading, and then over here we have the list of assignments due. Now I don't have specific due dates for any of these assignments, but remember they're always due on a Sunday because the week closes on a Sunday. And actually we're going to talk about this NIH tutorial here in a second. But there's some reading, and again, as with all courses, everything you need is available on Moodle. So when we read things that aren't in the text, I post those as usually PDFs on Moodle for you here, which I'll show you in a second. So grade in this course made up of class participation, the NIH Protecting Human Subjects training. I want to pause here for just a second. The NIH is now charging for this. It used to be free, so don't do anything with this yet. I have to find a different training or figure out a way to for QCA to get a subscription to one of the other training sites. So hold off on this assignment. I will send you an update at some point in the semester when we get this figured out. There will be an exam, and the exam is scheduled for the very last week of the course, which is the 9th of December. We'll talk more about the format at some point. Probably be around 20 to 25 questions, true, false, multiple choice, so on and so forth. There's a table assignment, and this is something we'll talk about in a few weeks. This is a way for you to organize the scholarship that you're going to read on a topic of your choice. We'll identify those topics in a couple of weeks and then talk about the tables. I have the tables divided into sort of two halves. So the first half will be due at the end of week 6, and then the second half will be due at the end of week 9. I'll give you some feedback on the first half so you can incorporate it into the second half. And then with all of the research that you read and take notes on in Appendix D, you will write a research paper, which is detailed in Appendix E. And the research paper obviously due much later than the tables. So the tables in Appendix D sort of build toward the paper in Appendix E. And then you'll do a presentation based on the paper. You'll record that using technology of your choice. It'd be 6 or 8 minutes long or so. You'll post it on Moodle, and then that'll be part of your grade as well. So let me just pause the video again. We'll switch over to Moodle, and I'll just give you a quick orientation. All right, so here we are on Moodle. Again, my information up here, the office hours, things like that. This is where the syllabus is. Again, make sure you have that most recent version. I've got a folder with some resources for you here. And then, as usual, all the weeks are sort of organized with the goal of the week, the reading, and then links to lectures and slides, and then activities and assignments. So this week is a discussion. I'm asking what your experiences are with research and how you feel about them. So a couple of sentences on that. No need to respond to your peers this week. This is really just to get the conversation started with respect to research. And then there's actually a couple of lectures from me. This is an introduction to social work research. It's in 2 parts. The slides are there for you. This is an older lecture I did when I was teaching a course at a different institution, and it's not hosted on YouTube. That's why it's in 2 parts, but collectively about 25 minutes long. And then another lecture from me on APA style. I think this one's about 12 minutes long. Again, you've got the slides for that and a sample paper with APA formatting. So this is our chance to learn about APA and how formatting should look, so on and so forth. So again, every week, if there was a PDF or something like that, that would be included here in the prepare little section. Everything you need is linked. Again, we'll submit assignments on Moodle. You're also welcome to email them to me if you like. So just a few things to conclude this talk here. I know I said this already. Let me just reiterate it so we're all on the same page. When you see ENS abbreviated in the syllabus, that's Engel and Schutt. That's the course textbook. And the numbers afterwards correspond to the chapters that are assigned for that week. For that week. Secondly, I know I said this, but I'm repeating it. Don't do anything with the NIH ethics training right now. They started charging for it about a year ago. It used to be free. I have to do. I'm looking for an alternative or looking for a way for QCA to pay for it because that's not a cost you should have to bear. So don't do anything with it for now. I will keep you posted on an alternative. Worst case scenario, we just, if I can't find an alternative, we have to strike that assignment from the list of assignments. But like I said, I will keep you posted. A couple of big ideas here. The big goal of this course is not necessarily for you to become a researcher. That's what the PhD is for. That's how we divide research and practice. MSWs do the practice component, PhDs do the research component in our profession. So the goal of this course is not for you to be a PhD level researcher. If you're interested in the PhD, we can talk about that. That's what I finished just about a year ago, and now what I do sort of full time. The goal of this course really is for you to learn to appraise research. And what I mean by that is that the goal is really for you to learn how to evaluate the quality and rigor of a paper. Now, sort of part of that is to learn what someone can do to make a study more rigorous, and that'll be part of what we talk about every week. But like I said, the goal here is really for you to identify good research from research that is of lower quality or poorer quality, weaker research. We obviously privilege the higher quality research in when we're making practice decisions or making decisions about interventions and things like that. And then obviously the secondary goal of this course is to help you prepare for the capstone, which is where you get to actually implement a small research project of your own. So welcome to 622. I know research is intimidating for a lot of people. That's what our conversation on the discussion is about this week. That's a chance for me to get to know how you feel about research, but we start at the beginning, we work very slowly, and as always, since our classes are small, you're welcome to reach out with questions or concerns or things that just aren't making sense, and we'll work together to make research your friend, or make sure you feel comfortable with it, at least if it's not something you become passionate about. So, as always, thanks for watching. Welcome to 622. Look forward to our work together this semester.